What's up guys, DuArktik with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we're going to talk about Pegasus. The team is finally fully available and we're going to take a look at the T-Force, their gear, all that stuff, ISO weight. I think that ISO weight especially is going to be important, and I'm going to show you my first try using this team, and I'm going to talk throughout the experience where I struggle with. And we're gonna do this so you don't have to make the same mistakes I did when it comes to ISO weight, because this team is a raid team. This is a team that is going to be required for the future, and this is a team that you need to apply ISO weight blue level 4. So you want to make sure that whatever you are applying is gonna work consistently, and of course is going to last. So as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure you share it to your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure you smash that like button. Okay, so this is the experience of someone where is in alliance where we are top 20. Right now we are top 20 in terms of alliance raid progress. So this is from the top of the top when it comes to competition of raids. Okay, so this is the team I'm using. This is the position I'm using. Castle in the corner, we have Iron Man in the middle, we have duarktikhq that heals himself also somewhere in the middle, and we have Ironheart somewhere in the middle as well. duarktikhq gives offense up to adjacent allies. This is why he's in this specific position. And Ironheart, she's also in a specific position because she spreads immunity, and you want to make sure that rescue has immunity all the time. And Iron Man is also nice to have immunity because he's the tank. He's going to be tanking, and that's going to be important. Okay, other thing that we can talk right now is the ISO weight. The ISO weight is not the ISO weight for damage is not super important. In my opinion, it's better to have ISO weight for utility rather than having ISO weight for damage. This team is insane when it comes to damage, but if you get stuck behind a taunt, there is no way to remove that taunt. So you really want to make sure that you have 1 or 2 characters with skirmisher in order for you to remove those taunts, because it can compromise your gameplay. It's actually a huge deal that will definitely happen. So let's make sure that you understand that. We are using skirmisher because we need extra focus to apply stuns and blinds, and also to remove those pesky taunts from the enemies. Okay, so this is the lineup I like. Kestrel Striker, we have duarktikhq as a raider, then we have Iron Man and Ironheart as skirmishers because they apply blinds, they apply stuns, they apply trauma, and we need them to remove the taunts from the enemies. And the rescue, I'm using rescue as a healer. I'm going to be honest, even at 1 million power, you don't need the rescue as a healer. So you are better off probably using rescue as a skirmisher, because you are going to use her basic a lot of times. And the reason why is because you have no reason to use the other abilities. That's the gist of it. Okay, so beyond that, you can take a look at the levels of the characters that I'm using. Level 90, level 85, level 86, and level 95. Castle is going to be the biggest character on this team. She probably has double or triple of the size of the other characters, and that's just fine. duarktikhq at 3 stars, Ironheart at 2 stars, and unfortunately Iron Man is already at 5 stars, but that was just luck from the event. Rescue, she's at 700 stars, but it doesn't really matter. We got 700 stars for free. As long as she's alive, we are doing very, very well. Okay, so with this said, let's take a look at the gameplay, and I'm gonna go throughout with you and see which were the points where I had some difficulty. So let's do that right away. And we're gonna do this a little bit faster because you don't have to lose a lot of time here. You can see that my team here was even at the weakest point than before. I was using the Iron Man and Ironheart as raiders and strikers maybe, and this was to test the ISO weight, if the focus was going to be enough or not, and if we are going to get stuck behind towns. And the reason the answer is yes. we're gonna get stuck behind towns. Okay, so use the ultimate of Ironheart. She clears 2 positive effects. In most cases, this is gonna be fine. And this first wave of enemies, the characters you want to focus on, is going to be Emma Frost, Gambit, and also Kate Bishop. If you remove those characters, it's not super problematic. You can see here right away that Iron Man does insane levels of damage. Whether you use him as a striker or as a skirmisher, it's not a big deal. Okay, so now with Ironheart, we have her special. She can apply trauma. I felt like many times you can use the basics if you don't want to use the other abilities, like if you want to save the ultimate or something like that, because the damage of the team is just so insane. So some people out there saying that, oh, you need Kestrel as a raider, otherwise you can't win. It's not the case. Okay, so here I'm going to ability block Squirrel Girl, I think. And after you can spread the negative effects with DuArktik. Unfortunately, it got resisted, so you're not going to be able to spread it easily. But this is something that you should pay attention to, is how you can spread those the negative effects around, in which characters you place them, and how you can capitalize on spreading those negative effects. Okay, so as you can see, even that this is not going very well, because of the ISO 8, I'm failing a lot of negative effects. They are getting resisted, like slows and stuns. They are getting quite a lot resisted. But you can see that it's still just fine, because the team has so much speed bar advantage, and because the team has so much damage, that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We are just shredding. We are just shredding through the nodes. And this is, once again, a 1 million team. At 1.6, this is the highest difficulty that we have. There is no other way, and that's it. Okay, so now they are going to revive one character over there. Even if they revive, it's fine, because you have so much speed bar advantage. You have speed up on your team. You have turn rewind being applied to the enemies. The enemies also have slow, so you have massive amounts of turn advantage. I was not paying attention. I timed out. You cannot see, but my face, I was super laughing because timed out for not paying attention, because once again the team has insane amount of damage, and we'll see that on the other nodes. Okay, let's skip this. Let's jump to the next node. Okay, so here we go for the second node. This time we are already using the different ISO 8. We're going to use Skirmisher on Iron Man and Skirmisher on Ironheart, because yes, it's true, on the highest difficulty the resistance is much higher, and it can happen quite a lot that the stuns, the blinds, and other negative effects that are extremely important, that they get resisted. And let me tell you, you really don't want that to happen. And you can see that even with Skirmisher ISO 8, Iron Man Infinity War, he does so much damage. It's ridiculous. Like, the damage of this guy is absolutely ridiculous. And from what you can see as well, you don't need to invest any kind of teal gear on this team, unless you want to take a Kestrel or a Rescue or Iron Man to Dark Dimension 6. But it's not important for the raids, it's just something additional that you can do on the sides in case you want to get some extra juice out of these. What's the name of this team? The Pegasus Orange. Okay, so a character you should focus on, Quicksilver or Silver Surfer. You want to remove him as fast as possible. Then you want to make sure that you stun the Captain Carter, and you should also finish her off so she doesn't revive anyone. And then you want to apply blind in the middle and spread that blind to the Ghost Riders. As I mentioned on the previous node, you want to make sure that you are applying the negative effects on places that matter, so you can spread them around more easily. And usually when you have a character in the middle and you kill the enemies on the sides, the next ones that spawn will also be in the middle. So it's something you can easily take advantage of. And you can see right here that we are no longer timing out, because we are actually paying attention. Okay, so we finished this with 1 minute and 30 seconds left. This was on live streams. I could have done it a lot faster, but as you guys know, I like to explain things while we do it. Okay, so now we're going to do the boss node, and the what's his name? The Hulkbuster. The Hulkbuster on this node is super thick. He has massive amount of health. He has massive amount of resistance, armor, all those things. On top of that, he also gets barrier. So yeah, you're gonna spend some time dealing with him, and the best way to deal with him is just to remove his taunt. I saw other content creators facing the same fight and they were always stuck behind the taunt. Well, guess what? If you have skirmishers on your team, 1 or 2 or maybe even 3, you are not gonna get stuck behind any taunts, and you can focus on the enemies that are actually scary and that can actually hurt you. Okay, so we are just shipping away the enemies. We are trying to push the next wave so we can finally spread the negative effects to the remaining enemies. Okay, so once again you can see every time he gets taunt, I remove that taunt. You get taunt, I remove the taunt, and we just keep playing like this and giving the guy no opportunity for him to make us problems. Okay, so Deadlock, he attacks us, no problem. We have immunity, we have death proofs, we have deflects. That will stop Deadlock from doing his special, so you don't have to be like super scared of the enemies to attack you. You just don't want certain enemies to attack you. That's gonna be the Kestrels, right? Kestrel, if she attacks you, or even Falcon. If Falcon attacks you, that's also going to be a problem for you. And Nemesis can apply trauma. That can be quite problematic, but yeah. So as you can see, we are shipping away the enemies with no problem, even with these less conventional ISO weights that are not for damage but more for control. And either way we are just destroying the enemies, and in my opinion it's better to play safe and have always stuns, have always blinds, always not being stuck behind taunts, rather than doing one crit or another for damage output and then you put yourself into danger. Okay, so here we go. We have a few seconds left. Once again, this is during the live stream where I'm explaining all the moves that I do, because if you are just playing the game, you're gonna do this much faster. Either way, we are just threading through these enemies. We have a few seconds left, and there we go. We're gonna finish this node just fine. Okay, after this we did the final boss of the raids, which was great as well. This team also performed very well on that specific situation. Okay, let's move on. So this is the Pegasus team. This team is incredibly strong, and they are not only strong in raids, they are also strong in Blitz, in Dark Dimension, in Cosmic Crucible. I faced one last week and it was quite problematic on room 6, and I'm sure that we're gonna start seeing this team as well, or on Alliance Wars defense or on Alliance Wars offense. I tried a few teams on offense, them against other teams on defense, and they performed very well. They were able to punch up 600k, 800k against meta teams that we see right now on defense, and that's going to be quite important. So that's going to be the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you smash that like button and let me know your thoughts about the Pegasus team. Is this a team you are excited for? Is this a team that you're gonna max out right away, or are you gonna do the bare minimum like I did in order to be successful on the current raids? As always, if you find information on this video is helpful, make sure you share it to your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Mouse Strike Force content, and I'll catch you guys later.